Good afternoon, friends. How are you all? Today is Deal Hunters. Yes, steals and deals like no other. And today's no different. Although last week we had a £6 and under, which was awesome. You all took great advantage in that one. But this week we are back to incorporating some papers, some pens, some glitter, some paints, some dyes, some embellishments as well. So make the most of the savings. I keep saying it every week. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sustain steals and deals, but I keep pulling it out of the bag for you all. There isn't a lot of anything really, but if you haven't got something, now might be the time to invest. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Toni Darroch, and this is the How to Craft Network Studios, where predominantly we love to share the love of craft. That's all that matters to me and my community. If you like the goods, you can buy them, but if not, please come and chat with the community. I have the best friends community on this platform ever. So kind, so humble, so passionate about craft. They're here for the right reasons, and we all support one another. And I'm humbled by something that happened this morning, and that has outpoured into me. Thanking you again, guys, for looking after one another. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. So let's get straight into the offers. Just a few updates for you all. So we're live on Friday with our one-day special at 6 p.m. Okay, but then after that, I'm out of the country. I'm over in the States on HTCN. So please don't panic if I'm not here for the Monday Night Live or the Tuesday. If I can, I will do something from the States. I know you all like to see the journey whilst I'm over there. So if I can, I will blog it for you all. Blog it, vlog it. As there's lots of terminologies for it, but I know that lots of you like to follow, so I will do my best to showcase what's going on behind the scenes over there, because it's just amazing, right? And then when I'm back, I'll let you all know when I'm back. We're not sure what date to come back on yet. It all depends on the price of the flights. And then when we're back, we'll pick up the schedule again. Okay, so let's have a look at the items on the counter. Lots of lovely goodies, right? We've got some tools as well in the show. So first item on the, now if you're watching, Tim's telling me to tell you that if you are watching on my-telly.com, if it doesn't scan the first time on your QR code, do it again for the second. It should work on the second run. As you all know, we are incorporating some brand new features on our website for club members, and things are happening in the background. So you might be hit with maybe a little problem or something like that. It should iron itself out, but because of all those updates, which will be worth it, by the way, we're having a few hiccups on some of the pages and things like that. So please do be patient in that sense. Now, if you are buying from the States and you are buying paper, I do ask that you do not buy something for £5 if it's paper, because it costs me between £30 and £50 to send to you. Okay, if you've got an order on the box and it hasn't left the building and you want to add paper, of course, go ahead and do so. I'm not saying you can't order a £5 paper pack, okay? But I'm just asking that whilst the tariffs as they are, that we support one another in the sense that you still get your lovely goodies, but I'm not hit by those heavy duties and taxes and payments this side for a £5 paper pad, okay? I'm sure it's going to iron itself out. I'm sure it will settle and we'll be able to sort it. But as it stands, if you are ordering paper, please order more than just a £5 paper pad. It's the first time I'm ever going to ask you to spend more money. First time ever, I know. But if you have an order on the box and you've already paid the postage, you can continue to add to your order as well. So don't forget that facility. We love that facility, and that facility counts now more than ever with what's happening with our USA followers. So they can keep adding to the basket without that hidden extra features or costs, which means I'm able to give you more product as well, and I'm able to make a little bit of money out of our USA sales as well. So I hope that's okay. So the first item on the counter is Wonderful Moments. It's the paper pad, the $18.99 paper pad. We've sold thousands of these. We bought tons of these, guys. I think we had 5,000 of these in the building. I think we're down to the last 1,000. So if you've bought one, I know some of you have even bought two, if it's not to support because you loved it. But this is the Wonderful Moments 12 by 12 paper collection. It's very pastel-esque. It's very summer-esque. It's vibrant, it's bright, and it's sprightly, and it's sparkly. But if you buy the $18.99 pad today, I'm going to pop in 3 card making dies. They're all £15 each. So I will pop in these 3 card making dies for absolutely nothing. So item number, so if you're not au fait with the card making dies, you run them through your machine. They put the emboss line down the centre, you fold it in half and you have a shaped card. They're really, really cool, guys. So it's $18.99 for it all. So item code for this one, 34 of you already have that in your basket. This is what I mean about deal hunters, right? None of you know what either I've added or what I've reduced it to, or if it comes with anything. Some of you are just happy with the reduction. And 34 of you have got it sat in your basket already, which, you know, it blows my mind every single week. So item number for this one, $18.99, code 080623. Bravo. Check it out if you have it. Orders are not going to be dispatched today, so you can check out multiple times and just keep adding to previous order. If I come across something that I know we've absolutely got like single figures of, I will tell you, so don't panic buy. Everything is safe, or should be safe, but don't beat me up if I get it wrong. So there we go. So that's a 12 by 12. There's those 3 £15 each dies. £45 worth of dies there. So the next item on the counter is our lamination stamp. The beautiful watercolour 2-part lamination system is one of our best-selling systems, and it makes you just look incredible as a card maker. If you are loving the simplicity of cards that look like you've picked up a brush and investigated colour, moved it around and created these little masterpieces yourself, lamination is a great starting point for you. So for this one, it's $18.99 normally. I've reduced it to £15. Okay, but for that £15, I've put in some of our lovely sparkle and coloured pastes, which I thought went really well. So you've got a copper sparkle, you've got a copper paint, a cream paint, a white paint, and like a yellowy orange paint. Now, these are good for your stencils, but please don't just think they're for stencils. If you put some on a glass mat and add some water, you've got watercolours, okay? So you're going to get the whole set of sort of like tried to coordinate pastes, paints, whatever you want to call them, there for absolutely nothing. And they're about $4.99 each. All of that for £15. Now, when I say £15, and it same applies to the paper pad, which was $18.99, if you're in the club, 5% off straight away, off the 15. And then if you have points accrued, and we are coming to the latter end of the year as well, so a lot of you are at the 20% point mark, you're going to get 20% off as well. So already we're looking at £11, £12 for things that are $18.99 each. So I know you appreciate it. I know you do. You all tell me. But just so you know that this is my way of giving back. Yes, you have to spend to get those points. We get it. And yes, you have to buy the club. But the club is £15 for the year and you get 5% off everything. So I feel like what I do offer is incredible, incredible value. And again, it goes back to what I just spoke about earlier about being humble and remembering why we do what we do and being grateful for our community. And in and amongst that message as well, I also got like, you offer the savings, you look after the customers for the people's price points and budgets that don't quite work. I've had a full-on letter this morning, if you hadn't gathered, about everything that Stamps by Me do. It never said how wonderful I was. It said how wonderful Tim was, but I think she meant I'm wonderful as well. I'm joking. It was just a beautiful letter, and it just touched on all of the things that she felt Stamps by Me did way better than anybody else and the reasons why. And it's just sort of like, it's made me say, thank you. I'm grateful for somebody writing me a letter. But secondly, yeah, I do all that. I've been here 15 years now, guys, and not to bat on about it, but my company is built off the back of customers. It's built off the back of, you know, being kind. It's built off the back of giving back. And hence why I'm not a millionaire. Hence why I'm still stood here selling pieces every single week with you all. But it's not about the money. It's never been about the money. As long as I get a holiday and my car's paid and my mortgage is paid and my son's got his schooling, I'm not really bothered about much else. And I have my dream job. I mean, how many people can actually say that? They rock up at work and they design and create for something they adore. So there we go. There's the Queen's speech for this morning. Moving down the counter. I'm sure I've got something else to say before I get to the end. So this one is Marbled Elegance, and this I think is 6x6. So this one is traditionally $8.99, and it gives you those marble effects on your paper. So we all know that we stamp lamination onto these, the ballerina, it looks like the marbling's coming out of the back of a skirt and things like that. So this one's $8.99, but what if I told you that if you buy the $8.99 marbling, we're going to put this stamp in for nothing? This is an £18.99 lamination stamp. So you're going to get both for your £7, your £6, your £7. So what a lovely bundle. And that flower stamped onto that background with coordinated colours looks incredible. You've seen the makes. You've all seen the makes. So that item number is 310724 Alpha. Wonderful, right? Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully there's something for everyone in the show. So the next item is an Imala stamp. We love Imala, right? It's just stood the test of time as Imala. The iconic designs, how big they are, and sometimes how small they are. We've managed to get the size just bang on every time. So this one is the Imala stamp, and this one is Wonderlust. And it's got those two sort of like street scenes. One's got the bikes propped up against the metal fence, and then you've got like the tram in the centre of the street. I'll show you. So this is normally £17.99 as a stamp. But if you buy the stamp at 10, I've taken £7.99 off. I'm going to pop in these two street scene paper collections as well. If you want to sort of like overlay and stamp as well. So they're normally £8.99 each. You get the lovely reflection on this one in the water. And the other one is sort of like a vintage effect. You're going to get all of that for £10. Well, I say £10, £8 by the time of all of you have finished. So there we go. That is your Imala Wonderlust. Hi, Toni and Tim. Audrey says, what size are the dies? They go through your 8-inch die cutting machine, if you're referring to my machine, Audrey. And they create like a mini 5x7 card. Once you fold it in half, it's like a 5x7. Go in a 5x7 envelope, sweetheart. So amazing deals. These are such great deals. We love great deals, right? So the next item is like a little bit of a kit bundle for you here. So we have our multi-die tool. So basically this tool gets rid of all of the bits and pieces in your dies. It has a retractable poker tool at the bottom. You can see the point down by the base there. And then they use the clip sort of system here to pop it back up so it doesn't stand proud. So normally £12.99. But if you buy this today, you're going to get a pickup poker tool, a teal one, and you're going to get some sparkles as well, all for the tenner. So a lovely little kit. The pickup poker tool is normally £12.99 on its own. So £10 today, item number 181023, Charlie, for that lovely sort of like tool bundle. Now, the next one is another Imala. I tried to pick something that was all coordinated because we love coordination, right? So the next one is coordinated in my world, best to my ability with what's in the store. So we've got a lovely Imala stamp, bold, brave, beautiful, trendsetter. So this is the lady, the lamppost, and that's sort of like, it looks a bit like a bookmark with detail on, but if you gold emboss this as a bookmark, it's beautiful. Put a little tassel in the top. It's lovely. So this is what it looks like as the stamp itself. Really, really nice stamp set, guys. Colour her skirt, paper piece of skirt back on. But if you buy this one, £12.50, from £17.99 to £12.50, you're going to get the Autumn Days 7x7 paper pad and that wonderful leaf, which I see lots of you using, die, which makes a leaf-shaped card skeleton. So you can put sparkly card behind, you can put coloured cardstock behind, you could watercolour, you can 3D, cut it 2 or 3 times and build it back on top. So you're going to get all of it, yeah, all of it for £12.50. Look at that. I mean, you're not going to get deals like this anywhere else. That's all I'm going to say. Not that I watch anybody else because I just don't simply have the time, but I'm probably 99.9% certain that if I was to visit somebody else's channel and the sales and offers, they wouldn't be comparable. They really wouldn't. So £12.50, 080223 Delta. So that's sort of like a very autumn scene setter there. So I'm just going to move this one out of the way. The next item, you love our gel rollerball pen. Lots of you asked for refills for the centres. I still haven't done them, although I have done another pen. I still haven't done the refills, but like these sort of shows are brilliant for this sort of like opportunity to restock. So we have the gel pen from Stamps by Me. Thank you. Tim's just grabbing it because I just knocked it off the counter. Thanks, Tim. The gel pen, which writes beautifully. So we have our rollerball gel pen. If you buy the rollerball gel pen, I'm going to put in 3 embossing folders. So we have the autumn frame. Been trying to sell this. Well, you know, I had 10,000 of these. Autumn frame, blossom with grace, and your invited easel. 3 all embossing folders, all value £9.99. If you buy the £10.99 pen, you get it all for a tenner. Well, £9 for it all once you've got your points and your system off there. Another amazing deal, 260522 Brava Alpha. Okay, beautiful collection. I'm already, and I say we've been doing Deal Hunters now for about a year, but I always think, well, if you've got it for a tenner, split it down as gifts for a craft group, Secret Santa, a friend that's maybe borrowed yours, loved it, they can now have one for a couple of pounds. So that's why I like Deal Hunters. So the next item on the counter is our amazing HD 3D embossing folder with the die in the centre. So these ones are £14.99. They come with the the die that cuts proud in the centre. But if you don't want it to cut out the centre, just remove the die. They're only held in very lightly with some low tack tape. Okay, Peace on Earth. This is our best-selling. We've ordered this. This is the remnants of what's left of a 3rd or 2nd order. So it is a 5x7 embossing folder and it's £14.99. But if you buy it today, you're going to get a bumper pack of the Special Effects paper collection, £18.99 or £17.99. And there's a pack of pre-printed Christmas words here. It's not just one sheet. There are multiple sheets in there as well. So you're going to get it all for £14.99. 050523 Charlie. Absolutely beautiful. That's probably the one that I would get today, only because I love the embossing folder. I never want to not have stock of that embossing folder because it's a wow factor every time we run it through. So that's a lovely collection. Now let me just pull the back items forward for you all very quickly. Or at least it's not making a nasty noise for now. Ooh, sorry, Tim, I'm just literally throwing it all. Right, so let's have a look at the next item on the counter. So I think we've had this as an offer before, but for those of you that missed it and probably thought it was too soon for Christmas, here you go. The full, complete, Naughty and Nice die, words, texture paper and sparkly paper pad for £12. So if you missed it before or you thought to yourself, do you know what, Tony, July is just too soon for me to invest in Christmas stuff, maybe now's the right time for you. So this is Naughty and Nice. It is that buildable, beautiful hat, which you see on the front of this paper pad here, and all of the embellishments to boot and all of the papers to do it for £12. It makes that shaped hat, and all of the papers that are on that picture are used from the collection. You have the words, you have the die set, and you have the coordinating papers. 12 quid. If you haven't got it, what are you doing? It will never be less than £12, guys, because I'm taking a loss. 280224 Bravo, £12. 43 if you have that in your basket. So don't miss out on that one. Maybe buy yourself one and buy your friend one, because I've got lots. Right, the next item on the counter is, have we done this one? No. Did I do this one, Tim? I think I've done this one, darling. No? Oh, I've been told I haven't done it, so I'm doing it. Poor Tim. Right, so the next item on the counter is, oh, we did that one, didn't we? Thank you. So this one is a lamination stamp and a 12x12 paper pad for 15 quid. So one of our best-selling lamination stamps, this flower. 15 for both. They're both about £18.99 each. If you haven't got any lamination in your stash, start with this one. It's the easiest, it's the most beautifulest, and it's the most realist when it looks like you have actually picked up a brush. £15 for both. 53 if you have this in your basket. 22, 12, 23 alpha. 13 quid with all your discounts. Ish. Thank me later. Thank me later. After this, what am I doing after this? Packing all of my HSN samples. Then I'll dash out the door and get my son. Then I'm coming back to work because I've got a bunch of work I need to do for something else. And then I might get some nice tea tonight. Maybe. Any chance of some nice tea tonight, Chef? Chef PP? Oh, nice tea every night. You know, has anybody else done this just off piece? You know, on Sunday we had a beef dinner. Tim cooked a beef joint and it was incredible, right? But we had half of it left. So I said to Tim, I wonder if I put it in slow cooker with some gravy, it'll soften it. You know, like put it in with some hot water, some stock, put the meat in, let it sort of like cook for an hour or two, and then I'll thicken it with some granules. He's like, yeah, give it a try. And we did it, and it was so buttery soft. It was delicious. So now we're going to do it again. You know, when you're onto a good thing, you have it, and then everybody's like, nah, I'm bored now. We need to do something else. That's where we're at. So we're having beef again at the weekend before we go to HSN. So next item on the counter is Toni and Teresa, remember this, paper collection. This is double-sided. This has some beautiful, beautiful artwork in it. It's £15, normally £19.99. But if you order the Teresa Collins and Toni Darroch, remember this, paper collection, we're going to pop in this lovely kit. And it's got a set of metal ink pads. It has some stencils in from the Wildflower Sunset. It also has a bunch of decals. It has some sparkle and some twine. Okay, so this is just like £5 off the paper pad, and here's a nice little gift set to boot. So you get the ink pads, the twine, the glitter, the fairy stencil, Wildflower Sunset, and then all of the decals. Now, decals you just wet from the backside, and they go onto pretty much anything. Wood, glass, cards. You can watercolour over them as well. You've seen them on the cards and things like that. So that is another lovely collection. 030822 Alpha for that collection. 44 if you have that. Now, the next two are, I'd like to say buy one, get one free, because they're normally £18.99. But I don't think I've put them on for that. I think they're both on for a tenner, both. Not like £18.99 down to 10. It's 10 quid for them both. So you have Disco Fever and Stay Groovy bumper paper pack, 5x7, 75 pages, 25 designs. So if you buy Stay Groovy, you'll be sent them both for a tenner. So 8 quid with your discounts and everything else. Item number for this one, 280923 Delta, tenner. Well done, guys. Well done. Love this collection so much. Nobody ever comes close to offering what SBM offer. Well, that's really kind. Thank you. I do agree, though. I do agree. I do my best anyway. It's not always possible, but we know. So the next item on the counter, lastly, is the 12x12 Sweet Like Honey paper collection. Now, that is £19.99. Let's see what I've put with it. Just recap. I'll just recap. So with the 12x12 today, you're going to get the 8x8. You're going to get the Imala stamp, which is the bees and all of the lovely collection. I'll turn that round. So that matches beautifully. And then you're also going to get the bee pre-printed words as well for the full collection, which is going to come in at about £17 for those who have the discounts for it all. The stamp's £17.99. The 8x8 is £12.99. The pre-printed words can't put a price on because they were part of a bundle. And then your 12x12, £18.99, £19.99. Look at that. Item number 140723 Alpha. Now, I think this is limited stock. I think I've only got 6 left. 6 left because I think this was selling before we came to air. So if you've got this in your basket, check it out. No fighting, okay? Once it's gone, it's absolutely gone. So that is your Sweet Like Honey, 12x12, 8x8, 5x7 stamp set and pre-printed words. So 140723 Alpha. There we go. What do we think? Has anybody bought anything? Because I know you come in every week. Sometimes it's not always possible for you to get a little item that you've had your eye on. But did anybody plan on not spending and saw something today that they've been waiting for? Hopefully there's something for everyone. But again, as I stated at the beginning of the show, it is more about the community. The Deal Hunters is a way for me to exhaust stock, but it's also a way for you to sort of like, if your budget doesn't stretch or you miss something on launch, then it's an opportunity for you to get those deals. And it's also an opportunity for people that actually do work in craft communities, do create cards, do sell cards as well, to get deals to recoup a little bit of money back for when they do actually make those sales. That's good, hey? It's a turning wheel. It's your favourite in our house, is it? Sounds good. Cooked beef with mash and veg. That's not a good sketch when you're hungry. So that is the end of our Deal Hunter show. Now, I am back with you on Friday at 6 p.m. with a one-day special. So make sure you come along for that one. We'll do some giveaways as well. But whatever you're doing, stay safe, stay cosy, share the love of craft. Don't forget to share your makes on our Eureka fan page. We love to see what you're making with our lovely products. Have a great day, guys. Take care.